happen if I left 4 phone cases under the sun for a year? I started this test on April 3rd of last year, and the concept was super simple. First off, I used 4 completely different transparent cases. The first one was super flexible, a cheap case, your typical freebie that sometimes comes with phones. The second one was also transparent, but this time hard. Less common, though some brands like NewEsc or Red Magic often give them away. The third was a slightly pricier Spigen case, which is also very popular. And the last one was the dBrand's first case. Way more expensive than all the others combined, and it promises never to yellow. And as you can see here, well, the price of each case is wildly different. Thanks, Bulbasaur. After choosing the 4 cases, I just left them under the sun. So I had to leave them out in my backyard in a spot that gets plenty of sunlight. Then I screw in these 3D printed mounts and I placed each case in its proper spot. And before anyone says anything, no, this video is not sponsored. Not by dBrand, Spigen, or any other brand. Now all I had to do was wait, and after a month, well, the results were kinda underwhelming. Side by side, you can see that the only one that looked remotely yellow was the cheapest one, but nothing crazy. So I decided to leave them out for another 3 months, and that's when things started to get interesting. You can see them all here, and the cheapest one is without a doubt yellow. The others haven't changed much, but if you look at them diagonally, you could see how some areas were way more yellow than others. And if you compare the Spigen one to a brand new case, you could definitely see a slight tint. But the dBrand one? Nope. No discoloration at all, just like they promise. Since then, the cases have stayed up in my backyard this whole time, and to make up for those rainy days, I just left them under the sun for a couple of extra months, but here they are. This is what a brand new flexible case looks like, and this is what it looks like after a year under the sun. The most brutal change is that it has completely lost its transparency, and check out how the light reflection is totally dull. Next, we got a hard plastic case that after a year, well, it doesn't look too bad. Seems like this kind of solid material doesn't yellow as much, but if you look at it from the side, the edges are definitely yellow. Then we got the Spigen case that after a year, it's just a tad yellow, but honestly, it's more dirt than yellowing for some reason. Like the others, when you look at it from the side, you see it a bit more, and side by side with a brand new case, well, yeah, it's clearly changed. And finally, the dBrand case, which, just like they promised, didn't yellow at all. The old one was for the Pixel 8 Pro XL, and this is for the Pixel 9 Pro XL. But yeah, the plastic transparency is amazing, and even when you look at it diagonally, you can't see any fading. Here are all the cases side by side so you can see how they evolved, and the first thing that comes to mind is that you really do get what you paid for. Usually the very cheap transparent cases are mostly made with TPU, which is a very, flexible material that at the same time oxidize quite easily under the sun or over a heat exposure. The most premium ones, like this one from Spigen, they usually mix in some materials like polycarbonate for the back, which is stronger, but on the sides there's TPU for flexibility and to help you, put your phone inside the case. But that's the same reason why when you look at this case from the side, you can see that it's much more yellow than in the back. Now for the dBrand one, well, I don't really know how they do it, what's their secret sauce, but it obviously works. Anyway, I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you have any other crazy idea that I should test, well, you can leave it in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.